Hello my dear friends, this is Vipul Purohit and you're watching my YouTube channel. As you can see my dear friends, the title of this particular session is all about Roadmap to Success for Chemistry Graduates. Yes, this is what the topic that we are going to discuss. But before I actually go into the details of this, let me just share something which is more important, okay, which I feel like telling you all. Yes, this video is very important. It's something very special. The reason is that this is my video number 100 of my YouTube channel. Yes, my dear friends, you heard it right. I completed the century of videos on my YouTube channel. And on this particular special occasion, I would like to thank each and every one of you all for your continuous support, for your best wishes, and for your blessings from all the age groups that you have showered on my YouTube channel. Yes, my dear friends, these are all the words which are coming from my heart. It's not scripted. You cannot see any script on my hand. Alright? This is all from my heart. I really thank you very much. I can just go back a couple of years where I started my journey with YouTube. And I was thinking that the road is going to be very difficult. Yes, I use the word difficult. Because my dear friends, before the video comes in front of you, there is a lot of background work which needs to be done. A lot of efforts are being put in. Right from conceptualization of the topic of that video, shooting the video, editing the video, uploading the video. Alright, it was a difficult job. And at times I thought that it's not possible for me. But my dear friends, it's you all who have kept me motivated. Whichever videos I posted, you had appreciated that. With the number of views that I get on my channel, with the number of subscribers that I have, more than 3,000 people who have subscribed to my channel. So I cannot let you down. And it was that energy with which I used to always come in front of you. And today, it's possible that I completed the century. In cricket, whenever a batsman completes a century, he raises his hand with a bat. Today, I join hands in front of you and once again tell you a very big thank you. I know, my dear friends, this achievement is not a big one. There are so many YouTubers who have posted thousands of videos. This is just my 100th one. But I believe in one thing, my dear friends, and that is that in an aspiration, in an effort of reaching to higher heights, we should not dampen the spirit, my dear friends. You need to keep on constantly working to achieve greater heights. But at the same time, my dear friends, don't skip out the celebrations of small happiness. Yes, this is a very small happiness. Yes, I agree. But then, I would like to share it with you. This is a form of celebration that I want to do with you all. And it's only because of the celebration of this small happiness, which will behave like a driving force for me to keep on reaching higher heights. So please, my dear friends, this is what I can tell you also in life. You will be getting small happiness. Okay, change the way you look at things. Okay, your approach, your perspective. And I'm sure you can find it out very easily. Those small happiness, please do celebrate it. But at the same time, keep your efforts on and on to still reach to higher heights. Okay, so that's what I wanted to convey to you all. Okay, because this is only and only because of you all. Okay, so this happiness is all because of yours. Okay, so you would also deserve this celebration. And I also expect that you will continue to do so. Because it was this confidence that kept me going and publishing my 100th video, this one, that I was very confident on my viewers, on my subscribers, that yes, they will never let me down. And this is what I look forward to you, okay, in my future videos as well. All right. So coming back to the topic, what the topic is, I guess it's very straightforward. It's roadmap to success for chemistry graduates. I'm going to put forward my views through a PPT. And after going through the entire PPT, I'm absolutely sure that you will understand the importance of chemistry. Okay, you will realize how chemistry is so much important. It's the integral part of your life. Okay, and you will feel proud that you belong to the chemistry fraternity. I'm very convinced that you will be having those realizations once you watch the entire PPT. Yes, and that is what the purpose of putting this video in front of you, and that is, I want to see a spark of passion, a spark of achieving something great through chemistry. Okay, and I'm sure, okay, you guys will get that. So, without wasting any time, please have a look at the PPT. Thank you so very much. Yes, now I'll take you for a wonderful tour of chemistry. As you can see the title, Roadmap to Success for Chemistry Graduates. Now, what are the contents of this particular PPT? Number one, we are going to talk about the Bachelor of Science. We are going to talk about the criteria for the higher education as well as the job prospects. Then what are the career offers available after graduation in chemistry? We will also be discussing about the various branches of MSc in chemistry. Also under discussion will be the various other courses for which the chemistry graduates can apply. And the last and the most important is, yes, the right decision making. So my dear friends, when we begin with the initial part, what has to be done after 12th science? That is the biggest question which comes in. All right. Now, on a major part, when we talk about after 12th science, the pass out streams, the first one is medicine and the related ones. When I talk about medicine, people say it's MBBS. No, it's not only MBBS. Okay, it can be BAMS, it can be BHMS, it can be related to physiotherapy, it can be dietitian, nutrition, dental, BDS. Okay, all that comes under medicine. So this is just a general field which is going to take into consideration all the diagnostic practice to other related activities undertaken across healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and biotech-based industries. If you have studied physics, chemistry, and biology at the 10+2 level, you can definitely think about the courses in the medicinal field. Okay, I've used the word medicinal field, so I hope you understand this very well. The next of course, we have is engineering. The engineering profession offers a vast range of career options after 12th science. And some of them are mechanical, electrical, electronics, computer, civil, chemical, aerospace, marine, etc., etc. Okay, so these are the two basic fields that is there in front of the students after 12th science. One is related to medicine and the other related to engineering. Now, apart from this, which I'm going to concentrate more in this particular video, is about Bachelor of Science. Okay, that is BSc. Okay, now generally, I use the word generally. The students who want to opt for BSc, they do not need to give entrance exams like JEE and NEET and all that stuff. Now, what exactly Bachelor of Science is all about? It is an undergraduate degree course, usually of 3 years duration, and it is a course which is being either by choice or being forced upon the students after class 12. Now see, I'm using these two words. Now, why is it so? Now, there are some percentage of students who take science after 10th standard, keeping in view their roadmap very clear, and that is they want to complete 12th science, they want to go into BSc, then MSc, and then PhD, and then go for postdoctoral. So that is a set roadmap by certain percentage of students. So that's why I used the word choice. The other word I used was force. Now, why it is being used this word is because that after 12th science, when a person wants to go into engineering or medical related field, then he or she not only has to clear the entrance exams, but also has to obtain good marks so as to get in good institutions. But then there are many students who are not able to get good enough marks, and hence they are forced to go for BSc. All right, so these are the two different aspects, either by choice or by force. Now, the course is considered as a foundation for the students who want to make their career in the field of science. Some of the popular BSc courses that students usually choose to pursue after 12, and they're going to be BSc in physics, computer science, chemistry, biology is being once again being divided into botany and zoology, as I mentioned earlier, mathematics, statistics, there is IT, and so on. The course is going to be more suitable for students who have a keen interest and background in science and maths. The course is also beneficial for students who wish to pursue multi and interdisciplinary science careers in future. Okay, so this is what is the mindset for the students or in the minds of the people who have to pursue BSc. Now, what are the criteria that we are going to talk about? A BSc course offers different specialization for the students to make a right choice. Now, what should be the thought process? Okay, why I need to take BSc? Okay, that question which is going revolving in the mind. So what the answer, the solution to this is two basics. And that is, first is the scope of a higher education. And the second one is job prospects. And in this particular video, I'm going to touch upon both these options. Okay, that is for a higher education as well as for job prospects. So why do we need to go for a higher education? That's a question mark. Higher education gives you an option to gain specialized knowledge. At the same time, it also enhances the career options. There are some organizations or companies who definitely look for postgraduates. And there is no entry for only the graduates. A candidate who holds a master's degree after BSc has more job and career opportunities as compared to the bachelor's degree candidate. Students can opt for teaching, research and development, and apply for higher posts in various sectors. A BSc degree may not be sufficient for a student to decide which career option is best suited for them. Higher education gives more clarity on taking a decision on a career path. So these are some points which I have jotted down as a solution to the question is why higher education? Of course, there may be many other thought processes also going into this, but this is what I felt as important to address this particular question about why I need to go for a higher education. And when I talk about higher education, I am talking about basically post-graduation studies. Now we talk about job prospects. Now, why? That's a question mark once again. Why do we need to think about job? The answer to this is the most primary objective is financial requirement. Okay, there are students coming from a middle class background, and obviously the parents are looking up to their children to help them in a financial manner. So they're just waiting for their kids to complete their graduation and they can help them out in carrying out the financial responsibilities. All right, so that is the first most important objective, and that's why I made use of the word primary. Next is it's not always necessary that a person, a graduate, chemistry graduate person will go for a job only when his family demands so. Sometimes there is some other thought process also going on through the minds of the graduates, and that is job opportunities after BSc helps the student to add their job experience in their profile, in their CV, in their biodata. The work experience and the skills brings an upgradation in the career. Job makes the BSc students makes a person self-independent, okay, self-reliant. So these are also other thought processes which goes into the minds of the BSc graduates as far as getting a job is concerned, even after immediately completing the graduation part. Now, the most important question is, why chemistry? Because as I mentioned, BSc can be done in various subjects. Then why chemistry is so different as compared to the other subjects, which I mentioned? Okay, physics and botany and zoology and computer science and IT and biotechnology and all that stuff. So, first is, there are a whole lot of options which are available to build up a career after graduation in BSc chemistry. Chemistry graduates have a vast knowledge of chemicals and medicinal compositions. They also have a knowledge of scientific technology. This results in a plethora of job options that pay very well in the government as well as the private sector. Several job-oriented courses are also possible. First, of course, is the post-graduation, that is BSc. And the others we have is postgraduate diploma and certificate courses. Here, I want to just clear one doubt which is going on through the minds of the students, and that is about the word diploma. Because many of the students have heard about this word diploma, which is to be done after 10th standard. Then why here to be done? Now, the answer is very simple. Before diploma, I have used the word PG. That is, it's a postgraduate diploma. That means there are certain diploma courses, there are certain certificate courses which have a minimum eligibility of a graduation. All right, you cannot go into this particular diploma course or certificate course unless and until you don't have a graduation degree. Okay, so please don't get confused with the diploma which is being offered after SSC, that is after 10th standard. It's different, and this is different. So obviously the PG diploma has got a lot of value. All right. Now the sectors that offers job after BSc in chemistry. Now, if you can recollect, I concentrated in two major aspects. One was about job, and the other is about higher education. So I will now, first of all, touch upon the job criteria. Okay, because that is what is the most important thing which goes on into the mindset of everyone. Though not immediately after graduation, but definitely after graduation, after post-graduation, after say doctorate, okay, a person is thinking about a job. Now, when I'm talking about a job, I want to make one thing very clear, and that is that I'm not hinting about a typical word job. Okay, here when I talk about a job, I'm basically referring to any activity which is going to be served as a source of income. I want to clear this particular aspect, my dear friends. Okay, now what happens is that as the Prime Minister of our country also focuses more on, you need to get yourself equipped with such skills that you need to set up your own organization. Okay, so that is what is being much more stress is being given on. Now, obviously, setting up your own organization, becoming your own boss. So obviously, the idea is very simple, and that is it needs to be a source of income. Okay, I set up an organization and there's no income at all, so there's no use of that, isn't it? Okay, so when I'm talking about job, please be very clear that don't take a very usual meaning of a job, and that is you're going to somewhere else and you're going for a job and you're getting a salary every month, or etc., etc. No, okay, that is also a part of it. But then more importantly, I'm here considering job as something which is going to be a source of income for you all. All right. So we go into the next part, and that is here it is, the pyramid part. See this. Which are the various sectors? These are some of the sectors which I'm touching upon, my dear friends. Okay, there are various other fields also which you can definitely explore. And that is first are the chemistry lab. Next is the clinical laboratories. We have a healthcare industry. We have cosmetics and perfume industry. We have military hospitals, fertilizer plants, energy firms, forensic laboratories, pharmaceutical industries, and textile industries. Okay, so these are some of the sectors where obviously the requirement, the core requirement is of chemistry graduates. Now, when we go into leading companies which are going to offer jobs to chemistry graduates. Now, I'm going to here consider sector by sector. So you will actually get the insight about what chemistry is all about, how much it is the demand of chemistry when you go out of your educational institute. Okay, so you being in the part of the educational institute, I want to show you what exactly the outside world looks like through this particular PPT, through this particular video. So the first sector which I'm going to touch upon is research institutes. Now, also one more thing I want to clarify, my dear friends, and that is that under every sector, I'm going to mention the name of the organizations. I'm here going to mention only those organizations which are very well known. All right. There are, apart from this, whatever I mentioned, there are many other organizations also. Okay, so please be very clear. I'm not going to restrict myself that by saying that, okay, these are the only organizations which are going to offer job under this sector. No, there are various other organizations also. But here I'm going to treat with only the most renowned ones. Okay, so please be very clear as far as this part is concerned. So I will start with the first part, and that is the research institutes. So we have under research institutes, we have BRC. I guess you know it very well. Okay, BRC. Next is TIFR. Next is IIT. Next is we have TISS. Next we have is NIT. Next what we have is CSIR. Next what we have is IISC. Next we have is Homi Bhabha National Institute, HBNI. Next is Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research. Next is we have is National Institute of Science, Education and Research. Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, ICER, more commonly it is known as. So these are Indian Agricultural Research Institute, IARI. So these are only the well-known ones. Apart from this, there are various other institutes also, okay, which are open for only and only chemistry graduates. We go into the next sector, and that is fertilizers and petrochemical refineries. Important ones I'm going to list over here: IOCL. Next one we have is BPCL. Next is HPCL, ONGC, Rashtriya Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited, RCF, Tata Chemicals Limited, Reliance Industries Limited, NOSIL, Phenolics Industries Limited, Castrol. Okay, these are under fertilizer and petrochemical refineries. We have paints and adhesive companies, under which the leading organizations are Asian Paints, Pidilite Industries Limited, Shalimar Paints Limited, British Paints India Limited, Narrowleg Paints, Berger Paints India Limited, Nippon Paint India Private Limited, Snowsen Paints Private Limited. Next, we move on into the pharma companies. Entire chemistry based, it is pharma companies are. And with the advancement of various types of diseases, there is a need of various types of medicines with various formulations. So these companies are going to be ever growing. Under this, we have Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, Hindustan Lever, Sun Pharmaceutical Industries, Wokhard Limited, Mankind Pharma Limited, Abbott India Limited, Lupin Limited, Cipla Limited, Torrent Pharmaceuticals, Nicholas Piramal India, Glenmark Pharma Limited, Zydus Cadila, Johnson and Johnson, Zandu Pharmaceuticals, and the list is on, my dear friends. We go into the next part, and that is the fast-moving consumer goods, which we also call it as FMCG. Under this, we have Nivea, we have Imami, we have Amul, Godrej Consumer Products Limited, Dabur India Limited, Britannia, Wipro, Parle Agro, Himalaya Healthcare, Nirma, Haldiram, Nestle, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola India Limited. So my dear friends, what I have done over here is I have selected only certain sectors. Okay, there are many other sectors also, my dear friends. Okay, but I have selected over here certain selected sectors under which also I have put forward selected organizations which are being very well known. Okay, so whenever I put down the name over here, you will definitely say, oh yes, I have heard about it. All right, so I want you all to start dreaming about you being into this organization. Okay, once you complete your education in chemistry, and that is what my purpose is all about. Okay, so these are where the areas where the chemistry graduates, the chemistry postgraduates are being given access to. All right, so this was about, my dear friends, the first part, and that is about the job prospects, about those students who wants to immediately start with a job after completing their graduation. Also, as I said, that why we need to go for job prospects, the thought processes are different. Okay, the situations are different in the life, in the personal life of every individual. One most important objective, as I mentioned, and that was about the financial requirement. But not necessarily everyone who are having a financial requirement will only go for a job. Okay, there are students who are financially well off. Okay, their families are not dependent upon their income, but still they think of going into the job prospects. They're going into the income part. All right, because they want to get self-reliant. They want to get an actual experience about what exactly this is all about. Okay, and at the same time, one more important point which I would like to refer over here, and that is once you go for a job experience, say for around 2 years, then you can go into the higher education field, what is being called as the professional postgraduate program, like the MBA, like the MCA, and other certificate and the postgraduate diploma courses. Now, these professional courses have a demand that there has to be at least 2 years of work experience after graduation. Then the students can go into this professional education. So the course structure is such that they will be open on weekends. That means the students are allowed to go for the campus on Saturdays as well as the Sundays. Monday to Friday, they will be on their job. Okay, and Saturday, Sunday, they will study. So this is also one of the better options, which more and more number of students are taking up. This professional course has getting more importance in India, in a city like Mumbai, Pune, and all big cities. Okay, so whereby what happens is after 2 years, there are parallel life going on, and that is the profile becomes very strong. On one side, their job process is going on, the job experience continues, and on the other side, they are also pursuing higher education. So these two things are taking place simultaneously, and hence this is becoming a better option. All right, so this is what I wanted to hint about. After this, I will be now talking about the postgraduate studies. But then what type of postgraduate studies? It's a full-time postgraduate studies. That means I will be talking about those students who have completed their graduation and then they want to go into post-graduation, that is MSc and all the related courses. All right, so that will be discussed in the next part of the PPT. Okay, so my dear friends, we move on to the next part, as I said, and that is about higher education. And this higher education is a full-time education, okay, which the students want to do immediately after their graduation. So we have MSc in chemistry. Now, MSc in chemistry is a postgraduate degree that is being pursued by a student who has an undergraduate degree in the relevant field, means obviously BSc chemistry. The course will allow you to specialize in a specific field of chemistry. Now, what are the various fields of chemistry? Obviously, I'll come to that point in the later part of this presentation. MSc Chemistry has a wider range of scope in various fields, such as pharmaceuticals and various research-based industries. Career opportunities are vast for someone who has received their MSc degree in chemistry. A person who is a Master's of Science in Chemistry acquires professional as well as scientific level competency. It offers scientific and professional entry-level competency, along with advanced theoretical as well as the practical knowledge in the required field of interest. Now, what are the eligibility criteria for MSc in chemistry? The aspiring candidates for MSc in chemistry need to have a bachelor's degree in science from a recognized university, and of course, or we can say a college, but obviously the college is also going to be recognized under a particular university. The candidate should essentially get 50% to 60% marks at the graduation level to gain meeting the basic criteria for the entry at the MSc level. The required percentage, very important, my dear friends. This is only 50 to 60% is just the basic which I'm talking about. But then the required percentage may vary from institute to institute, and that depends upon the policies that these institutes may have. As far as the age restrictions are concerned, candidates can join the course whenever they can. There is no age bar. Okay, that's more important. There is no age bar. All right. Now, one more important thing which I would like here to mention, and that is, and of course, that's going to be the out of the box, and that is that there are certain institutes. Of course, I will be coming to that particular segment also, but then I just would like to make a small reference over here, and that is those who want to pursue MSc from some specific institutes, then those institutes conduct their entrance exams, okay, which are based on BSc portion syllabus. So the student has to clear that entrance exam. So that marks as well as the BSc marks that are being considered as the criteria for admission into MSc. All right. Okay. We move to the next part, and that is the MSc courses. Now, when you talk about MSc courses, the first one is conventional MSc courses, and that is physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, and analytical chemistry. But at the same time, there are some applied MSc courses as well. Okay, so those are, of course, which has requirement is of BSc chemistry. So first one is pharmaceutical chemistry, polymer chemistry, paint technology, analytical chemistry, textile chemistry, forensic science, astrochemistry, food and nutrition, environmental chemistry, biochemistry, and so on. So two basic part of MSc courses, as you can see over here. One is the conventional one. Okay, that is once you complete your BSc, go into MScs, then these are the four conventional ones, out of which you need to take any one of them as a specialization. Okay, it's generally a 2 years course. The first year is common, and the second year, it depends upon which specialization you are taking, whether it is physical, inorganic, organic, or analytical. Whereas when you talk about applied MSc courses, then you get that particular MSc degree in a specialized field. Okay, pharmaceuticals or polymers or paints is something which is very specialized.
Here I mentioned analytical chemistry. Now you can see analytical chemistry on the other side as well, but then there is a difference, my dear friends. Here when I talk about an analytical chemistry, so it's going to be analytical chemistry right from semester one itself, okay, right from first year itself, and they are focusing on the key processes which are taking place in the various industrial organizations. Okay, so the course structure is different. Also, I would like to mention that in most of the applied MSc courses, the duration is of 2 years, but then generally on campus, the students are allowed to study for 3 semesters. Actually, the 2 years are being divided into 4 semesters. So the students on campus study will be for 3 semesters, and for the fourth semester, they have to do an internship in the industry. Okay, so that is what is the structure of the course, mostly for applied MSCs. All right. So we will be focusing more on the applied ones. So we have MSc in pharmaceutical or drug chemistry. Pharmaceutical chemistry is ideal for anyone looking to advance their career in a laboratory or a research environment. Course topics includes bioethics, synthetic, medicinal chemistry, drug biotransformation, molecular mechanisms of toxicity, natural medicine products, and more. MSc in pharmaceutical chemistry is a 2-year postgraduate course, the study of drugs and drug development. As a minimum criteria of eligibility, candidates aspiring for admission to the course are needed to have completed graduation from a recognized university. We go into the next part, and that is MSc in Polymer Chemistry. It is a postgraduate course that deals with chemical synthesis and chemical properties of polymers and macromolecules. Macro means large molecules. The duration of MSc in Polymer Chemistry is mostly of 2 academic years, but it varies from institute to institute. As I was referring, that some of the institutes do offer internship programs as well. So it will be only for 1.5 years, and the last 6 months will be in the industry. The syllabus for the course is job-oriented in nature. The candidate should complete their bachelor's degree under any registered university in the subject of chemistry. That is the minimum criteria. And the marks of the admission for this course will vary from place to place. See, it all depends upon the name of the institute, okay, how well it offers placements. It also depends upon the applications, what type of applications are received by that particular institute, and accordingly, the merit lists are being put forward. So it won't be absolutely right to say that, yes, you require this much percentage and your admission is guaranteed. No, okay, these are the various factors, okay, which are responsible for getting an admission into any of the MSc courses. We move on to MSc in Paint Technology. Paint technology is a sub-branch of chemical technology. Some of the main areas of paint technology includes oil and paint media, paint application, and so on. Paint technology courses in Mumbai impart adequate knowledge and develop the skill requirement to meet the demands of the industry. Now, here I want to clarify, and that is, here I'm referring only to Mumbai. That doesn't mean that paint technology where anywhere else being conducted, it's not going to be of that particular level. Okay, please don't misunderstand about that. I'm just referring to the city of Mumbai. That's it. The objective is to train the students in theory as well as practical to fit in well and perform in an excellent manner, to give exposure to manufacturing, quality control systems, and modes of applications, to groom up the students to take up executive as well as supervisory roles. Okay, this is about MSc in Paint Technology. Next we have is MSc in Textile Chemistry. It's a 2-year postgraduate program. It's a highly specialized field that applies the principles of the basic fields of chemistry to the understanding of textile materials and to their functional and synthetic modification into useful and desirable items. So many times we need to modify, okay, the structure part of the material so that it can be used on a larger scale. So all these designing part also is a part of this textile chemistry course. Graduates of any discipline or equivalent degree with minimum 50% marks are eligible. But then since it is being considered with the basic principles of chemistry, so obviously chemistry graduates are being greater offered this particular course. Some of the very reputed universities and the institutes do conduct an entrance examination to get admission to the degree course, which I've already mentioned as in the beginning part of the MSc courses. Students of the textile chemistry study advanced applications of chemistry to the coloration and the alteration of the functional properties of textile structures. It addresses the fundamental science and technology of the manufacturing process. We move on to the next sector, and that is about MSc in Forensic Sciences. It is a 2-year full-time postgraduate course. Forensic is a method used to determine what happened before, during, and after the crime. It's a 2-year postgraduate course which is being divided into 4 semesters. The eligibility for the master's, bachelor's degree in science or equivalent qualification. The admission process includes counseling after qualification of the entrance examination. Upon completion of the course, the students are needed to undertake a research project towards developing research skills in a diverse range of projects, both within the university and through external placements. Next, what we go into is MSc in Astrochemistry. Astrochemistry is basically the study of molecules in space, how they are formed and where they are formed and what exactly their role is in shaping the formation and the evolution of astrophysical systems, particularly in star and planet formation. Astrochemists require a solid background in chemistry or a related scientific field and an understanding of astronomical data collection and analysis methods. Astrochemists must be able to interpret data collected and transmitted over large distances and to evaluate the results of a calculation or simulation. Okay, so this is about an insight into MSc in Astrochemistry. We move to the next one, the most interesting one, and that is MSc in Food and Nutrition. Masters in Food and Nutrition is a 2-year postgraduate course in the field of food production and development. The course offers an advanced learning in the discipline of food sciences to familiarize eligible candidates in the field of and the sciences of food safety and nutrition. The course aims to offer eligible candidates the opportunity to acquire the requisite skills for functioning in various technical roles in the food industry, health sector, and food regulatory agencies. Food nutrition postgraduates works in areas such as product innovation, technical sales, and product quality enhancement. The course offers a comprehensive multidisciplinary study of the nature and the quality of food supply and the nutritional requirements for health in the people. Also, I would like to make a reference that when a person completes his MSc in Food and Nutrition, they can also go into the FDA, that is Food and Regulatory Authority, which we talk about. And there are various laws which are being set down by the government of India. So we need to make sure that all the manufacturing units are going to comply with those laws or not. So that is also a possible option available after completing the MSc in Food and Nutrition. We go into the next part, and that is MSc in Environmental Chemistry. As the name suggests, it's very self-explanatory. It's all about the study of the environment. It's so becoming important these days. It's a 2-year degree program which not only builds a strong foundation of the students in the field, but it also equips them with the necessary skills to tackle environmental related issues pollution, water depletion, waste management, soil erosion, okay, acid rains, greenhouse effect, and all these things. Okay. MSc in Biochemistry. It's a 2-year program. A study of biological chemistry related to living organisms. During the course of study, the students will be experimenting on yeast, bacteria, cell cultures, plants, in order to interpret results to prepare modern science laboratories. It will also help the students to develop analytical and problem-solving skills, apart from gaining knowledge of biochemical activities within the living cells. Now we go into some PG diploma and certificate courses. I made this very clear, my dear friends, when I use the word diploma. It's actually a postgraduate diploma where the minimum requirement is a graduation. So the various PG diplomas which can be the students can look into after completing the BSc Chemistry, Medical Laboratory Technician. We have Pharmaceutical Management, Industrial Engineering, Analytical Chemistry, Packaging, Paint Technology, Cosmetics and Perfumeries, certification in good laboratory practice and good manufacturing practices, which are being called as GLP and GMP. So these are some certificate courses, or what we call it as diploma. Once you have it, and you will be given an online training as well, then into the industry as well as a part of that diploma, the duration of which varies from institute to institute. It can be a 1-year diploma, it can be a 2-year diploma, it can be 1.5 years diploma with 6 months of internship, etc., etc. And these are much more job-oriented courses. Now we will be talking about entrance exams. Now, first thing is, if you want to pursue MSc from leading institutes like the NITs, the National Institute of Technology, the IITs, okay, then the IISc, that is Indian Institute of Sciences, then the student must appear JAM, that is Joint Admission Test. Apart from all these institutes, there are some other institutes also, as I mentioned before in my presentation, such as NMIMS, BHU, and so on, which conducts entrance exams for MSc admissions. If you are also willing to pursue your career either into research or lecturer in the Indian universities, then you need to clear certain exams such as your NET. Now, the NET is going to be conducted by the UGC as well as CSIR and ICAR. Also, there are other exams, that is SET. Now, NET is going to be at the national level. The SET is going to be at the state level, or PET, which is most of the time the university level, as your career path will be the right decision for you. You can apply for the NET and SET exams after completing your post-graduation courses, as it is required as an educational qualification. Now, see, you cannot appear for NET SET after your BSc. Okay, it's very clear. Okay, you have to appear either you are in your final semester of your MSc, or if you are completed MSc. These exams are the best channels through which you can show your talent and fulfill your dream of getting placed at prestigious positions of JRF, that is Junior Research Fellowship, or you can be as assistant professors in the universities. All these exams, which that is NET, SET, all we are talking about is conducted at the national and the state level by the authorities to select the most eligible candidates for the post of assistant professor and researcher. Okay, so those who want to pursue PhD, they will be going for JRF. Also, as I mentioned about PET, so I give you a very simple example about Mumbai University, they conduct PET. So if you clear PET, then you are eligible for getting into PhD once you get a suitable guide. Okay. There are some other courses also open for chemistry graduates. The first and the most important one is the MBA, or what we call it as MMS, or sometimes it is being called as a PGDBM. It depends upon the institute which is going to confer this degree or a postgraduate diploma. There are various roles like technical, sales manager, business analyst, where being from a science field will definitely help them out. One can look at the aspects where management plays a very important role to enter into operations and marketing fields, where people from science background are much more required. Chemistry graduates are also well versed in analytical skills, which can be applied in the work area. Concentration and the dedication will definitely help in overcoming the challenges and achieving success. The next one which we have is about MCA, that is Bachelor's or Masters of Computer Applications. Bachelor's of Computer Application is BCA, and MCA is all about the Masters in Computer Applications. So it's basically a postgraduate degree course in computer applications. It is designed to build programming skills for developing efficient and resource optimized software or website or cloud or mobile applications. It integrates the fundamentals from the basic mathematics, physics, analytical chemistry plays a very vital role in applying analytical thinking. With the technological advancement and rapid growth in IT, the need for computer professionals is growing day by day. However, MCA is an excellent career choice for those who have always been fascinated by the world of computer. The admission in MSc is merit-based and entrance-based. Now, these are a couple of courses which I have given you an insight about. Okay, now why? What was the purpose behind that is that many times what happens is, I'm talking from the mindset of the students, from the student perspective, it is all about, and that is that once the student completes his graduation program in chemistry, okay, so they have been learning chemistry from 3 years, of course, not actually 3 years, it's going to be more than that also, 11th and 12th also, they've been learning chemistry. So there might be a thought process in some of the students that, oh, it's enough now. Okay, enough of chemistry learning. Okay, let me now just go into some other field. All right, where I can make my good career also, I can establish my own identity. So it was for that purpose. Okay, taking into consideration that particular thought process for the students, I have just given you an introduction about the MBA and the MCA. Okay, they are not actually chemistry related. Okay, but the chemistry graduates can go into this, they can make a career into this, okay, and achieve success. But then, as I said, it's very simple, my dear friends, that if you want to go to the second floor of a building, obviously there has to be a first floor. If the first floor is not existing, you cannot go to the second floor. So same thing is over here as well. BSc chemistry is being considered as the first floor. So that is a fundamental part. The second floor is considered as a success. So to achieve success, you need to go through the fundamental, and that is BSc chemistry. Now, this chemistry not only will give you the knowledge about the subject, but it also trains your mind to think out of the box. And it is this mentality, my dear friends, of the chemistry students that will definitely help them out to feel themselves suitable for fields other than chemistry, such as I mentioned about the MBA and the MCA. And in this way, that graduation in chemistry is something which is very special. Now, the most important is about the decision making. Although it is very difficult to decide whether to go for higher studies or job after BSc chemistry, the student must take his or her own decision based on the analysis and the core area of interest. The experience gained while pursuing BSc chemistry must be utilized to take a fair decision. As I said, a person graduating from chemistry, its mindset changes a lot. He is much more, he or she is going to be looking into things from the analytical point of view. Analysis is going to be something, a key part, which really helps to come to a right decision. The students must ask questions to themselves, like what actually interests them and which career path is most suitable for them. They can also take into consideration their skills. Okay, they know what type of skills they do have. So introspection is very important. Identifying your own self. We are always busy in judging others, but let us invest some time, okay, in finding out what we are all about. So we need to know what the skills we have, what are the strengths we have, what are the calibers we have, and of course, as I said, the financial status to decide whether we need to go for a job or study further. Okay, so these are some of the lines on the basis of which the thought process has to go around, and accordingly, the right decision has to be taken. Now, my dear friends, whatever information that I have shared is something which is much more revolving around in the minds of the BSc chemistry graduates. Of course, I would also like to make a mention over here that there may be many other fields also than what I haven't discussed over here, which the students can definitely explore. Okay, here my central idea is to just open the door, open the windows of what exactly the chemistry is all about in the outside world. Okay. Now, most important quote that I would like to uh, share with my chemistry students, and that is, chemistry is life. Okay, wherever you think about, right from getting up in the morning to going to sleep at night, everywhere you will find chemistry. So chemistry is life. So no chemistry to no life, or no chemistry, no life. I hope you understand very well what I mean. And at the end, my dear friends, thank you very much for being with me and listening to whatever the ideas, whatever the informations that I wanted to share with you all. At the end, I would like to say that take a right decision. There are enormous opportunities available after BSc chemistry. So you can take a part of it, bend all your energies, entire concentration, dedication has to be there once you take a decision. And I'm very sure success is yours. So wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.